afternoon, everybody. For those of you that don't know, I'm Pam from Old Hippie Homesteaders. Welcome to our channel. Thank you for subscribing and liking and sharing. We really, truly appreciate it. I think it's so cool. So today I'm going to be doing another video on yogurt drops. I've been getting a lot of questions on if you can use a dehydrator. So let me explain. So you take your yogurt. Well, I'm going to be using my freeze dryer. So I put parchment paper down because if you don't use the parchment paper on your freeze dry trays, it sticks. And you can't spray anything on your freeze dry trays. So, and these can't be put in the dishwasher either. They have to be washed by hand. So that's why I put the parchment paper down. So you just take a dollop of your yogurt and you just put it all on the trays. It's really simple. Now, if you don't have a freeze dryer, yes, you can use your dehydrator. Now, people ask, why are you freeze drying yogurt? This makes a wonderful candy. They're about this big around, and you just put them in your mouth and they melt in your mouth. You remember those old wonderful mints? They were like green and pink, little square mints. They're just like that, and they're nice and creamy. And these are good for little kids, little ones too, because they can't choke on them, because as soon as they put them in their mouth, they already turn back into yogurt. It's like reconstituting the yogurt drops. So normally I use a spoon, a small spoon, or I like to even use those little, the spoons that you feed infants with. Those are really nice and small too. Today I'm going to be using a syringe. Now, if you don't have a syringe, don't freak out about it. I have a lot of these in our medical preps. It's just a regular 10 gauge syringe. So I'm going to be taking it out of the package. And I have some yogurt that we were given from the food bank that needs to be used up. This is French vanilla, peach, and strawberry. So I'm going to be using all of that also. So come on along, let's get this going. Okay, so I'm going to start with the French vanilla. And I'm just going to take the syringe and pull back the plunger. That's what it's called, a plunger. You just pull back the plunger. And then you just push it on. Okay. Here we go. I like using the syringe better because the spoon kind of gets it all over the place. And you can do just little teeny dollops of it with the syringe. Let me get this over here so you can see it just a tad better. Okay. And you just push the plunger down, and you don't have the mess like you would normally have with a spoon. And when you're freeze drying this or dehydrating it, you can get them pretty close together because it's not like cookie dough. You know how you make cookie dough and it kind of spreads out? This doesn't. This holds its shape, so you can get the little yogurt drops pretty close together. See that? Goes kind of quick when you use a big spoon. So these would be considered for us like a sweet or a little snack. If you don't want to use the regular yogurt, you can, if you want to make it for your babies, you can use the baby yogurt. Doesn't matter. You can even use the yogurt that's in those little plastic tubes that you put in your kids' lunch. You can use your homemade yogurt. Now I know someone on social media that puts food dye in their yogurt. They like to see the yogurt a deeper pink color. I don't do that. What's the point? What's the point of having good yogurt if you're just going to ruin it with a chemical? But do what you want to do. It's your stuff. It's your deal. Okay, so let me get this kicked out here. Be right back. So I've got the pink on there now, which is the strawberry. And this strawberry has chunks of strawberry in it, but it seems to be going through the syringe really nicely. Okay, that looks pretty good so far. Okay, so now I'm going to start on the peach. Now this is just wonderful. If you don't want to give your kids a bunch of candy, these are wonderful. And they're a little addictive. So be kind of careful about how many you eat because it is a probiotic. Remember that. Our sons like taking these when they go hunting and gold panning. Hiking, we like to take them when we go on the boat or just sit around and snack. Now I've got the freeze dryer, I got the freeze dryer going. It has to get to a certain temperature before you put the food in it, which takes 15 minutes. And then you just want to put these you can either put these in your canning jar, or you can put them in a Mylar bag to save for later. Now this peach also has pieces of peach cut up in it, but it seems to be going through the syringe pretty nicely. And they make a really nice button size shape. So when you go to do these in your dehydrator, make sure you use those trays that come with your dehydrator. You might even want to put parchment paper even on top of those trays, but read your instruction book first. Now we have the small freeze dryer. So we got 3 trays. We got it from Harvest Right. We got a killer deal on it. think that's just about it. That's just about a full tray. Let me see. I don't see any other room. Okay, here's what the trays look like before going in. And here's the syringe. I wouldn't use any smaller than 10. Okay, so these are going to be put in the freeze dryer, and I will be back to show you what it looks like. Okay, guys, all the yogurt drops are done. It took I think it took 14 hours. So this is what they look like. Look on the parchment paper. See how nice they come off the paper? Look at that. Okay, so I'm going to putting these in a jar. Going to put these in a jar. I'm going to put an oxygen absorber in the jar. But there you go. There's your sweet snacks. And they just melt when you put them in your mouth. And these here are the apricot, and oh man, what a flavor. Okay, hope you learned something. Thanks for watching.